What's up, everybody? It's time to respond to some comments. I was pretty busy the last couple days, and forgive me, I got all my children up right now. We're having some fun. So I just wanted to respond to some comments. I haven't really been checking the video. I did see that Afro left some pretty long comments, and I was going to respond to him right then and there, but I opened it up and it was like a page long. And, just being busy or whatever, I was just like, you know what, I'll just sit down. I really want to, because he might be making some really good points. So I'm going to really sit down and respond to his comments and other people's comments. So listen to some Mother 2 music. I just got the vinyl, so I've been super hyped. So here it is. I'm gonna respond. So first of all, I pinned this. If Afro deletes his video, I'll delete mine. That's probably kind of cringe of me to put, but I was being honest. It's how I felt. And if he does ever delete it, I will delete this video. Medical Jesus rocks. Yeah, that's pretty funny. It was a mess up that I said. I got these I found all these really nostalgic old Flintstone houses at Goodwill, and there's like a huge bag of them. Let my girls play with them. So anyways, this is making everyone lose their minds. And I was wondering what he meant by this making everyone lose their minds, because this comment was made fairly early, and I just didn't understand, like, is there like discussion of this somewhere else? Like, so that's what I said. What do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? So we got Young Alucard here. Look, if you like Happy Console Gamer, that's fine. Nobody's going to come after if it's an option you hold, or an opinion you hold, excuse me. Hell, I even tune into Metal Jesus Rocks to this day because of being a guilty pleasure, and he's a huge scammer. He's a huge scammer. But don't you dare say that Happy Console Gamer is authentic. He's not okay. Man, I cannot read right now. I'm he's not. Okay? Maybe it's a bad punctuation. Just like his streams, he'll read comments to people who send him money. Most other streamers, he has like 5,000-6,000 people in his stream. Of course, it's going to be easier to read the things that is highlighted, and his streams are so rare. And he was trying to read other comments that weren't paid for anyways, but the thing's going so quick, it's hard to do that. So the paid comments, they stay at the top, they're highlighted. So he is very much monopolizing / manipulating his fans to send him money, just because he's using a feature that YouTube allows for creators to have during live streams. Like when Afro streams, dude, if he accepted it, I'd probably post $5, $10 donations every now and then, just because I like compensating people for their time if I'm enjoying their content. Sure, yeah, Afro might reach for things to talk about sometimes. Yes, absolutely. But he is right. Sometimes. My little caveat right there. Johnny is not as innocent as his YouTube persona may make him out to be. I agree. There's a lot we don't know about Johnny. Who knows what kind of person he actually is. But his YouTube channel does a good purpose. I think he is an actual passionate retro gamer. And maybe video gamer all around. Anime, all that stuff. I'll agree with you and say Johnny as a YouTuber, there's not a whole lot of juicy stuff in comparison to, say, Metal Jesus Rocks or Hancock. But you can't deny Johnny is playing his cards. And his mission is money. I would disagree with that. I'm sure he does make moves that allow him to maybe make a little bit of money or make a decent amount of money off YouTube. But he got into this, 12 years ago, when he was making $0.00. He actually made a movie for I believe it was 5,000 subscribers. Made a movie that took years to make out of his own pocket, edited it himself, shot all the scenes himself, acted in it. I can't imagine the insanity of doing something like that. Did that for absolutely free. Tons of content for free. I think it was only within the last few years where he actually was able to make a living from YouTube. So I think the passion is there. And the bonus is, yeah, maybe now he's making some money. Now, that's not to say people like Metal Judas Rocks is right in what he's doing, and Hancock and John Loser Riggs. But can we agree that Johnny is probably ahead of the game as far as that kind of stuff goes? Yeah, and he really stays out of people's crosshairs. It's just only when people want to make a video about him and reach for all kinds of crazy, that's like conspiratorial. What did I say? I said no you. Because I didn't even read all that. I just saw like the first sentence. I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna... Okay, so here we go. Read more. Look at this is why I didn't read on a cell phone. This is like 98 thumb scrolls long. So I was like, dude, I'll wait. So here it is. I promise I have not read this at all. Maybe like one sentence, like the top right here, and I was scrolling. I saw like something around here somewhere, but I did not read it. So this is the first time. I'm glad you like the live streams and gaming videos. Yes, live streams are fun. Gaming videos, this dude has a crazy collection. You don't seem to care for a lot of the exposure ones, and that's fine. They aren't everybody's cup of tea. Actually, I really like your exposure videos when they're valid. I like them a lot. Same with Darius Truxton. Dude, Darius Truxton videos are like always, man, his rants are always justified. He doesn't have to make these huge leaps and bounds. They're quick and to the point, super passionate. Like, I enjoy those channels. I like those videos when they're made well. Let's see, I lost my place. And well, I don't expect anybody watching me to have to be a fanboy, lol. Some videos will just be better than others to a lot of people, okay? So far so good. Totally don't mind if you keep visiting the channel, and I'll likely keep tuning into yours, okay? That being said, I don't agree with some of your opinions presented. I'll give you that anybody can look like a nut if you replace specific clips. Thank you. That is a fair point. I thought so too. Didn't think about it that way, but true. Okay, so he's conceded that point. In regards to pirating games, that is something I definitely don't agree with. Bro, so are you telling me you never done anything at all? Not once? Something that you should have paid for? And you found a free way to do it? I call baloney. I call baloney. Even listening to music on YouTube, the artist isn't getting any royalties. I just call it baloney. Okay? Especially in Canada when these games were coming out months, sometimes years later after North America and Japan. Yeah, Canadians were left in the dark with a lot of releases for a while. So I think pirating, that's why you almost never see it in the United States. Yes, my love.
You want to play with me? It's so much fun.
Yeah, I told you I'd play with you. Just give me a second. Go get your sister. Go get your sissy. Okay, so where am I? A person is not entitled to play a game for free. Okay. It was created by a publisher and developers. They are entitled to the money for a person to own their product. Whether or not we feel cheap at any given time is irrelevant. I will agree with you there. Though I will tell you, I've been known to download a ROM or two. I have some Ever drives. But, you know, that's neither here nor there, I guess. I'll admit, and I don't even watch movies or TV anymore, but back when I used to, I pirated a lot of videos back in the day. So, let's see. No, to the money. Okay. They are entitled to the money for a person to own their product, whether or not we okay. Even if it is, as you seem to imply, that he may and have did it for that as a rental to buy retail copies later. And Johnny has said that many times he would always buy retail when it came along. Even with most games, when a lot of YouTubers get YouTube code or game like copies to review codes, it's a digital code. It's digital. And Johnny always, if he likes the game, he'll buy the physical copy when it comes out. Later on, he's still supporting a criminal because he goes on to say he bought it from a guy who's massively made pirated copies and sold them. And I'm sure you never go above the speed limit. I'm sure you follow all traffic laws 110% of the time. I'm sure when you used to smoke weed, you've never drove around with it in your car. You never supported any dealers. I'm absolutely sure of that, because surely you wouldn't be such a hypocrite like that. I'm fairly certain you are not that big of a hypocrite. I used to dabble in that stuff too, so it's like I'm just trying to make a point. Don't do it anymore. Don't even drink alcohol. I'm glad you got a kick out of the messy chords. Yes, dude, that was hilarious. If you would have just made a video like that, a 2-minute video, and just kept, man, that would have been gold. There are spaces edited out in the video, yes, but that is simply because not every video I react to is going to be juicy. And dude, you're going to run your channel. He's going to run the channel the way he wants. But dude, if it were me, if I ever did rants, who knows? Dude, no filler. You got to make it all killer. Make a 1-minute video if you have to. If you got 1 minute of content, do a 1 minute of content, little rant. Don't just. I don't know, man. Again, I'm not doing the rant, so. I mean, am I really gonna let a 2-minute stick fight play out? I'm not sure I have the persuasive power you think I have when I sire amp up the next scene, as you say, to actually manipulate my audience the way you think I may have. I don't even think you realize, or anybody realizes, the manipulative power. It's such a natural thing to do. Go, oh, when you're showing someone a song or you're showing someone a YouTube video, people naturally, whether they realize it or not, in their body language, with their vernacular, people do natural things to kind of persuade the other party to like what they're trying to do. You could look into that. That's neither here nor there as well. But maybe, who knows? I do understand they were friends at the time. He's talking about Tara, I believe. I wasn't confused about that. LOL. The exact amount of money he made off the video is irrelevant to me. I wouldn't feel any different about the situation if he made less versus more. What if he made what if that, I call bullcrap on that. What if that was his most popular video ever? And he did a follow-up video to that too, monetized that one with the interview of like Tara's mom, and it was his most popular video ever, and he made thousands off of it. Would you feel a little bit different? I wouldn't feel any different about the situation. He made less. He's running ads on this video, so he's profiting from this. That is a fact. I bet the $100 he made off that video in like the hours of editing and the time he had to do uploading that footage, editing everything, filing everything, all the work he did on that video, you probably couldn't pay a lot of people $100 or $200 to do something like that if it wasn't out of pure passion. That's, I mean, does anyone agree with me on that? If he did have a more clickbaity title, I'd feel more strongly, however. I'm not personally convinced Johnny would have contact with the family of a girl he claimed he didn't even remember until he uncovered the footage. A friend from 30 years ago. I don't buy that. So I'm sure you had elementary school friends that you were best buddies with on the playground. Maybe even in junior high. You seem like you're fairly young. I'd say early 20s. Or like a high school friend or someone that you used to hang out with a lot, but you as you grown up and move away and do better things with your life. I'm sure if on your phone 30 years from now, you are going through your phone, you're uploading stuff to your computer, and you see that friend you haven't thought about in 30 years. Still your friend nonetheless. Yeah, maybe you haven't thought of them in 30 years, but I think you'd think back very fondly on those times you had. I have friends, like my first best friend ever, Dominic. I haven't talked to him in probably 20 years, but I still have many fond memories about him. So, yes.
I want to blow the balloon.
Ooh, the balloon. No, we're not playing. Keep her off the shelf right now, please, baby. They could play in here. It doesn't. I'm all good as long as they just don't pull my games off the shelf. I don't buy that. I've thankfully never lost anybody in my life yet. I think that plays a big part in what I'm trying to say here. For some, perhaps looking back on this lost footage would provide happiness. I guarantee you it would provide happiness. But I don't think, even a picture, I had a buddy from the Marines who killed himself a few years ago. And just recently, I saw a picture of him. And just a picture of him. It was such a just harrowing feeling. It was just such a it's the first time I looked at him since I found out that he died. And I couldn't even I have an iPod Nano that I took to Afghanistan with me and recorded a bunch of videos with that I'm sure he's on there somewhere. And other people that died that are probably on that iPod Nano too. I don't even think I could look at that right now. It'd be such a bizarre thing. I'm losing track. I'm sorry. But I don't think that would, in any case, if they stumbled on it upon being broadcasted without knowing by somebody making monetary profit from it. And while it is a possibility he was trying to honor her memory, I don't think broadcasting it on YouTube to a bunch of strangers is any way to go about that in the slightest. Have you ever been to a public viewing where they open the doors and let anybody come and pay honors to the dead? Families do that a lot. Especially when the person who died didn't have a lot of family and friends. I think you're a bit misconstrued on this because you don't have a lot of experience with it. And you are just holding on to the point that you just think you are so right in your assessment of that video. I don't think you'd ever admit that you could possibly be 100% wrong. And he did not have her permission to do so. That can't be argued. You're right. You're right. When you put it that way, absolutely. Your argument that it is a homage is severely, I think you meant severely, diminished due to the fact he is running ads. I don't know of many homages for money. Johnny is the one who provided and presented this footage to the World Wide Web. What I am doing is not the same. Are you sure about that? Oh, because just because there's a little bit of money, she didn't give you, Afro, she did not give you permission to show footage of her either. She did not give you any permission. You had zero permission to post footage of her. You didn't contact her family. And I would bet that there's many people on your YouTube channel who never saw that video before you showed it to them. What a hypocrite! Oh my word! The footage already exists, but you brought it to a new audience. Because of him on the platform, nothing I am doing to cause further damage. That's what whatever you got to say to make yourself feel better. And as I said, I would love for the footage to be gone from YouTube. He can and should remember her, but I agree that to blasting this on the internet, you are entitled to your own opinion about all of this, of course. Feel free to disagree or agree. Not agreeing about... hold on, let me stop there. You could go on so many... Just type in memorial or memorial service or anything like that from people with almost no subscribers, and they're just posting a video of a memorial of a family or a friend, and they post it on YouTube, and yeah, maybe they're making a little bit of ad revenue from it, but they posted it on the internet for everybody to see. I mean, maybe that's a little different, but Johnny is not the only person who's ever done this before. Tons of people upload memorial services to YouTube, whether they have 1 view, 2 views, 1,000 views. Not agreeing about Happy Console Gamer is not grounds for me to hate or rage on anybody. LOL. Well, I hope not. I do think you're a cool guy regardless. Back at you. Cool game room, a seemingly lovely family. My game room's alright, it needs to be picked up. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I still have a lot, man. It needs work. A seemingly lovely family. Dude, my family's the best, trust me. Even if I am the only male in the house. Interesting background with the Marines and healthy eating habits. I thank you. I was a little shocked that you didn't see my perspective of it being a family man and all. But I guess you simply have a different perspective, and that is mine. Look, my oldest daughter goes, and I think I made this point, my older daughter goes to family friend's house sometimes, and if God forbid she were to ever die before me, and somebody 30 years from now uploaded footage of her hanging out playing, it'd be beautiful. I'd be like, wow, that's footage I haven't seen in decades. What a beautiful reminder. I wouldn't even be thinking about someone monetizing that, even if they did. It's like, who cares? I've simply presented my perspective in my video, and you presented yours in this one. No harm there. So I'm still firm in my opinion, or stuck in my way, perhaps regarding this issue. Don't mind hearing a different side of any given argument, though. Sorry again for the long comment. Again, LOL. I happened to be on my laptop while I listened on my phone. Maybe I'm crazy, but I actually would choose my job over making a living on YouTube, even though my job sucks some days. I'm sorry, I just cannot. No. If you could get paid for your hobby, listen, I don't care if it's video gaming, gardening, painting, twiddling your thumbs. If it's your hobby and you get a chance to get fully compensated for it where you don't need a secular job, if you say no to... I'm sorry, I just can't buy that. I'm sorry. I just cannot. I can't buy that at all. But I'm an odd duck. I know and can be stubborn. Well, we all have things to work on. And the reason I do call these people out is because I hate seeing people being suckered by dishonest YouTubers. So do I. I called out Happy Console Gamer myself because that fraudulent Last of Us 2 video. And I love Happy Console Gamer. I don't dislike all YouTubers. Scott the Woz, yeah, that guy's okay. He's alright. Video Game Donkey, I don't think I've ever watched one video of his. Are bigger than most YouTubers I discuss, and I respect them. And I even praise them when mentioned. Not jealous at all. Okay. Man, the white knighting force is strong on you, but you are fair, polite, and collected. So you are watchable, even when I can't agree with what you say. Good job. Right? Afrogamerdude for the win. Huh? Yeah, exactly. We don't agree about the subject of console gamer, but political gamer is a good dude. I don't hold anything against him for agreeing. Okay, so here's another comment. I will say I could be more inclined to agree with your way of thinking about this being an honest intention at an homage if it were not for the fact he is running ads on the video. And I'm not of the opinion that any of these YouTubers who make a full living on YouTube are hobby channels. Really, dude? It's possible to have a hobby and get paid for it. You know that, right? Their videos are their job at that point. So what about artists who paint for a living and sell their pieces? Are they not artists as a hobby? I don't get it. Is it only when they paint by themselves and a piece they'll never sell? That's the only time it's a hobby? He is getting a worker's pay for making this video as he does any other video. And it's one of his lowest performing videos ever. And that just really rubs me the wrong way. Can't agree with your take on this one. Okay. This dude can't even respond to your comment. He's a real winner. Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, dude, I'm like so busy right now. I'm like driving. Anytime I had a chance to look at YouTube, I was like either driving or doing something. So yes, he probably will. Yeah, so exactly. And here's my response. And then there's some comments from the peanut gallery. So there it is. That's the video. There's my response. Hope you guys enjoyed it. 71 subscribers. Come on, y'all are just jelly. 71 subscribers, and I'm making haters sick, dude. I'm gonna dislike this video. What a garbage video. I need to get better. Okay, that's it. Thank you guys. Have a good one.